Welcome to episode 58 of The Life of a TV Addict. Yay! I'm Sasha.
Notorious FPG.
And we're here to bring you our week in TV, and it has been good.
Yeah, where you want to start?
We might as well start with all these housewives, because let me tell you what made my week. The return of the Housewives of New York.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yes. One of the things that was on the internet recently, and then Luann had apologized, was something about her costume, and I was like, I really don't understand what the issue. Was it that?
Yeah, she was not tanned, honey. That was makeup to make her brown. And I called it, I don't know if you saw on my Twitter, I said she had on, I said, oh, look at your mild blackface, because it wasn't like overly offensive, but you could tell she put on makeup to darken her skin.
So what's the problem with that? Because that's what I think people do.
But I don't know. I don't think you need to do blackface to put on a costume of being black.
Why? But why do
you need to? If I'm going to be Diana Ross, you come in there with a long flowing afro. You come in there with your microphone and you sing Diana Ross songs, and I know who you are for Halloween. I think it's a problem when white people do it.
But that was the thing, because she posted up, and I was like, wait, what's offensive about the costume? I don't get it. And I didn't notice that it was more makeup to make her seem darker. I was like, maybe the fro too high? I don't know what it is.
The fro was oddly shaped.
That was dumb.
That was
looking.
That
looked like Marge.
It looked like she just pulled it right out the box. That was one thing where she
looked like Marge or something. That's what I thought she was apologizing for, because I'm like, Miss Diana would have never been caught with that type of film.
No, I find it problematic when white people feel we won't get your costume of a black celebrity unless you're in darkened makeup. Who's the one that used to date Ryan Seacrest that was on Dancing with the Stars?
I don't even know white people.
I can't remember her name, but her and her brother were on Dancing with the Stars, and she dated Ryan Seacrest for a few years before she got married. She did one of the ladies from Orange is the New Black, Crazy Eyes, who wears her hair
with
all
the
over.
braids.
Right. Now, she had on an orange jumpsuit. She had the braids all over. She was walking around with her eyes all bugged out. So you would have gotten who she was without the literal shoe polish that she had smeared all over her face, because the woman who plays Crazy Eyes is dark skinned. So I found that problematic.
So blackface. So then, okay, because then, and look, I'm black and I don't get this. So
I am too.
I thought when people say blackface and that it be offensive, is that old school. Remember where they would have the mouth and that they would be acting. I think the cartoon whatever was called nigger, right?
Yeah. That is the history of it.
That's what I think when people say
Al Jolson, Birth of a Nation, that kind of stuff. That's the history.
That's what I
it.
think when they say like the whole thing about blackface, I'm thinking like the clowning before.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, yeah, it would be like if I dressed up like Wesley Snipes, could I not put on darker makeup to make myself?
But if you come in here with a long black trench coat with black glasses and lines cutting your hair, don't I know you Blade? Do you need to darken your skin to make it more evident?
Yes.
Why?
Because I want to get all into the character.
I don't think you would need to.
But then would that
if your costume is, so that means that you also would need to whiten your skin to be Marilyn Monroe then.
If I could, I would, I guess.
Get white makeup.
Yeah, then I would do that too.
Sammy Sosa got it all.
Wait, we're going to talk about Atlanta in a minute. That was some weird shit last night. But anyway. But yeah, I would feel so if I guess that I don't see what's offensive about it if it's not done to clown it. She's not trying to clown Diana Ross or act like a nigga that's what I'm assuming.
Right.
But just to put on darker makeup, it's like, well, why not? Why can't she? What's so?
I mean, I guess it's all about perception, because some people are of the thinking you don't need it. If you want to be Jay-Z, you put on a 99 Problems jersey with a Dookie chain or whatever, and then you get your girl to dress up like Beyonce, and hey, you're Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But just because you don't need it, does that make it offensive? Like, what's the offensive part? What's the part that says this is offending black people because I'm saying what about black people?
But I don't know. I don't think you're saying anything offensive, but someone may be offended. I just feel like when it, like you said, when it harkens back to that time when it was done to be offensive, you don't know how it's going to be perceived. And me, regular, degular, smegula, yeah, okay, you don't care if I put on blackface. But I think as a celebrity, you have that responsibility to not do things that you don't know if your fans are going to be offended by.
See, that's the thing. I think we get in. I think this is my term that I coined, the pussification. I think that is going too far with this stuff because honestly, it's like if she would have put on a thing, because the blackface, like I said, was offensive because they would put it on and they'd be like, oh, nigga, and eating a watermelon, and what is you, and doing all of that. Now, if she did that, oh yeah, let's get this bitch. But I just don't see what was the message that she was saying was offensive. I really don't. I don't even get the whole thing with the white people. Now, I was watching, maybe I should put that as one of my picks. This thing on Netflix, and Logic was like, I'm half black and I'm half white, but I can't say nigga. And it's like, I don't understand this. And then Drake is half black, half white, but he says nigger, and because he looks black, I'm like, I don't fucking understand it. If y'all saying this word is part of your culture and the hip-hop culture, and then what's the big deal with white people saying it too if it's in...
But I wonder, did he ever like grow up saying it and now he feels he can't say it? Or because then I wonder if he was raised where this word was not used. If this word is offensive, you don't use it. So now even in his rap, why would you then want to use it if that's how you've always honed your craft with not needing it?
Well, I don't think it's a want to use it or not, but what would be the big deal if he did? What would be the difference? Me, I was about to say. So it's like, what are the grounds for being able to use nigger? Because Logic clearly looks like a white boy.
He looked like Snow.
Yeah, and
remember that reggae artist Snow?
Informer. You know, say Daddy Snow down.
I think he move down. That's what he looked like.
But it's like, him and Drake got the same damn background. Yeah. But just Drake looks black. I hate to say, like he just looks blacker.
His hair seems to be of a different texture. His hair is a little bit coarser than Logic's. Yeah, he looks blacker.
So it's just
he look like he don't get as pale as Logic in the wintertime.
Shit, they look Logic look a little darker than Drake.
Oh, Logic must have had a tan because Logic looked like Snow. I'm telling you.
And then even with the Spanish, so then
Spanish.
Latinos, Hispanics, well, the Latinos, they could say nigga, but then it was, I just don't get it. I really don't understand it. I either say, this is my position on nigga. I don't use the word unless I really mean nigga. Because I was about to say, I don't want somebody to say, I thought you said you never, oh no, I be seeing some niggerish shit and I need to call it out. But I don't use
the ER, not the A.
Yeah, I don't use it like in my everyday conversation, like, oh, this nigga, and calling anybody a nigga. When I call you a nigga, when I call you a nigga, I mean you a nigga.
Disrespect. I always seen it.
So either get rid of the word or let everybody use the word. But this shit, and that's how I felt about Luann. I was clueless. I didn't until you said because it was the darker makeup. I was like, only thing I found offensive was the afro. I'm like, why is it so tall?
But see, I don't know. I think it's something with you have a certain, I don't want to call it responsibility, but you take the responsibility of offending someone if you're a celebrity. You so then they determine it because I went to Rutgers Newark, the alleged most diverse campus in the country, at least when I was there. And I would sit in Robeson Hall, named after Paul Robeson, and hear the table full of Chinese students calling each other nigga. And I'd hear the table full of Hispanic students calling each other nigga. And nobody ever turned and said, how are you entitled to use that word? It's something when you have a microphone, a camera, or whatever in front of you, you take the chance that the words you're going to say will offend. And you just have to take the L if they do, because you don't want to lose your audience. That's just the way I feel.
I don't know. I think that, I don't know. I say it's the pussification. Like, it's like any and everything. It's like, God, y'all don't got nothing else to fucking complain about. Nothing.
True. It's true. There are certain things where I'm like, yeah.
And then they had the whole thing with Lord this week with the picture she posted of the bathtub and a magazine and put "I will always love you," and they like, oh, she coming for Whitney Houston, and I'm like, oh fuck, I ain't even put that thing. Like, am I dumb?
Until somebody told me, I didn't get it either.
But if she would have put Coke, so if she would have had Coke and the bathtub and the liquor, then it would have been like, and she would be like, hope I wake up or something like that. Then that would have been.
Oh, wait a minute.
But it's just like we just, and then it's and I feel bad for the white celebrities sometimes. Not that bad, let me tell y'all, because y'all got that white privilege.
They white.
Yeah. But I feel bad because you can't do or say any. When I looked at the picture, I'm like, wait, what is it that she's doing wrong?
Right.
And because these are Whitney Houston lyrics, and Whitney Houston died in the. I'm like, but yeah, Whitney Houston was fucking high as fuck. She ain't put it like. Are we gonna like? Okay, I'm like whatever. But back to Housewives, because I can't with these people no more.
Yeah, Housewives of New York.
Oh my God, I was loving it. I'm
mad that Tinsley and our guy broke up.
I know, and she was like, because he lived in Chicago.
She got something done on her face though.
Probably
her
so.
Nose looking a little crazy to me.
She probably like that check done
and
cash.
Then Carol, I don't know what the hell Carol is going through. Is this a like late life crisis? It ain't mid, because she ain't midlife.
What?
But I don't know. Her face was looking weird. And then now she's trying to run the marathon. She just needs a job or something to do.
She's spending those Kennedy checks.
What? Because she's like, I think I'm going to run the marathon. I want to train. And when that man was chasing her down the street, I was like, is nobody going to help her? He looks like he's...
What? I was like, did they kick them out of the gym? Because why is she working out outside and they have a whole gym inside?
Because he was like, I'm going to show y'all. You're going to give me this free publicity, and I'm going to show you what we make her do.
Well, they were inside the gym, and then I thought that the running up the block, I'm like, okay, you would have to go to run a city street or whatever to see how that feels.
Right.
But then when she was jumping on the thing, I'm like, if this bitch falls, she going to crack her head.
She going to crack her hip.
Why are they not in the jump? I was like, I just can't. I'm going to just ignore. Only thing I did like that she said, when Luann was like, why didn't you reach out to me? She looking like, bitch, you know why.
Which I thought that too, because I was like, that was a very, to me, genuine response. I'm like, if Bethany or any other mothers bitches had reached out to me, I'd have been like, come on, we know you don't really mean this. You're happy. Because even Bethany was in her confessional was like, oh, you mean the guy that I told her was going to break up with her that I called douchebag? Yeah, they broke up. Yeah. I'm like, come with that same energy. Don't text me. And be all, I'm so sorry that your marriage is officially over.
Well, I guess it's something to be said about being sympathetic for somebody because she wanted it.
Right.
Now, the guy he was a cheater. He was doing this. He was that. But she still wanted it.
Right.
And then your friend loses something that she wants.
Yeah.
So while you may not have supported that, you like, hey, I know you bad. You know, it's the right thing. But, and I think Carolyn, they just not friends like that.
Yeah.
And she like, fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I told you that.
But even her and Bethany seemed to have a bit of a falling out when they were really cool, because Bethany had the event where she was honored, and she invited Tinsley and Ramona, of all people, and not Carol. I thought that was weird.
Well, you see, they're going to get into it this.
Yeah. I think... Yeah, something else must have happened.
These New York housewives be giving me my whole entire life.
Because even when Bethany was talking about when she was like, yeah, and Tinsley was the first one to come through with 10,000. I was like, 10,000?
Wait, but did you see how she shaded Ramona? She's like, and then Ramona came with 3,000. And I mean, that was good.
But then Ramona was like, I gave what I could afford.
Like, bitch, shut up. You know you had more money.
I need to know where Tinsley is getting these checks from, because she is living in a hotel.
Well, wasn't her mother? Remember, her mother came, so isn't her mother wealthy?
Yeah, but I didn't think. I guess they all just. But But if your mama was so wealthy, why did you even have to stay with Sonya? I mean, other than for the storyline.
I was about to say. Bravo called her and say, listen, we got this whole thing with Grey Gardens and Sonya House, so you next
Sonya's
or nah?
House for wayward women.
Look, you next or nah?
Now, what I did see from the coming attractions, are we officially going to get the intervention for Dorit?
Why do you think she getting too drunk?
Yeah. Oh, I think Dorit does have a drinking problem. I love her drunk. She's not a mean drunk.
And you don't fucking. And you be like, yo, Dorit, get it.
Don't nothing get better than when she was clipped. So nothing gets better than that. But there's a part where she's like crying on the plane, and the other girl saying, you were really drunk last night. And she's like, it's always been a problem. And I'm like, are we getting an intervention?
You know what I love about her? Because she seemed like she came up rough and whatever, and she married well, and she ended up with all his money, and she like, okay, whatever. And she's not like, I'm not trying to be bashful that I have money. I'm not trying to be this. But yeah, this is the lifestyle I live. Like when she called the designer, Lady Gaga designer, oh yeah, the outfit came in bubbles. What are we gonna?
But if you know the guy who did it, why wouldn't you go there first? Why would you order this craft shit off Etsy that I could have put together at Michael's and sent you to?
Girl,
I was like, wait, the bubbles ain't even put together? Oh, wait a minute, Dorit.
She is so, I find her so entertaining. These are like my favorite group.
When her boo was trying to take her out and she was stumbling out the door, how you leave your own party before it is because you so drunk?
Easy. And
she was sitting up there in the convention like, them blood orange things was a trip.
Look, easily.
And then, one other issue. Did she or did she not say the party was supposed to be people that were alive?
I didn't even pay attention. Okay. I just knew it was a Halloween party.
Me, because I thought it was supposed to be women that are alive. Amelia Earhart is dead, Carol.
Oh, is that who she was supposed to be?
And so is Lucille Ball. I was like, why are y'all coming into these dead women?
I thought that what I was looking at, I was like, wait, because when I'm like, oh, is it a pop star type of theme? And then she came with that airplane. I'm like, this bitch just weird. And then Sonya had on the Lucille. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck going on no more.
I thought Bethany. I love Bethany.
Ramona. I thought they all looked really, really nice.
Bethany is so shady. She was like, Ramona can show her vag and her boobs. It's a win-win.
Oh my God.
I was so sad. I don't know where I was. I must not follow Bethany on Instagram. I didn't know Cookie had died.
Who's Cookie?
The dog.
Oh, the one she had from the first season.
Yes. Oh my God, I was in tears. I was crying over that damn dog. I was. I'm sorry.
I can't. Okay, Miss Vanderpump.
Like you said, Cookie has been there for so long. Like she was there, she was gone, and Cookie was still there when she came back. And when she said Cookie died at old age, she was all upset. Well, yeah, Cookie was like, she said she had her for 12 years. So she was like 70, 80 years old.
Yeah, it's
dog years. I was like, I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared for that. Andy didn't prepare me for that.
So are you so ready for this season?
I'm all the way in.
Yeah.
As opposed to Potomac. I fell asleep for a minute.
What Potomac did show us, though, is that persistence pays off. All you have to do is live with your ex-husband and refuse to leave, refuse to accept that he's messing around.
And occasionally he'll slide you to D.
And wait, because she said, now we sleep in the same bed. Before they were in different rooms.
And occasionally have sex.
Yeah, see? All you gotta do is just hang around.
All she do is lay in the bed with him, and she do that back up your booty until...
I was like,
until he realized you trying to get some.
She was so happy, and I was like, okay.
Go ahead. Say shade it.
All tea, maybe slight shade. Didn't we all learn a lesson from Emily B going on shows trying to get men back? I mean, maybe good for a little while, but
then you catching a 2-piece, 7-piece.
Well, 7-piece.
And losing the 2 teeth.
But it was like, it's clear that this man didn't want to be with you. Now you done wore him down, and now y'all making money from the show. Because she like, oh, with his new job. Bitch, you think we stupid. You think we stupid? We know they done cut you another check, and now y'all like, all right, we can upgrade.
But have you really wore him? Do you mean wore him down in the respect of you limited his fucking options because
you refuse to leave?
Either not only am I not going to leave, but Bravo ain't going to cut you these checks unless you with me.
Exactly.
Or you ain't getting a share of my Bravo check, because I know they claim Bravo don't pay the guys. So my Bravo check is my Bravo check. You don't get slid off of none unless you here in this house sliding up in my DMs every once in a while.
Or he probably like Kelsey Grammer did. What was
Camille?
her name? Like, I'm about to leave this bitch, so let me make sure she got income. Because when we go through divorce court, I want to be able to say she can support herself, and here's the proof. Bravo season of Real Housewives.
See, they don't even pay me; they pay her. Only her.
Because that's the same exactly what Kelsey Grammer did to her ass. The minute he did that one season, he filed for divorce, and then he was like, "Oh, she has income," and you like, really? So
that's what
we gonna disregard all of these hundreds of millions.
We're gonna ignore all your Frasier money
and just go with this Bravo checks. Yeah, but I think that's the setup. What did you think about what I didn't like what Robin did? And because I don't think that she did it genuinely.
The Karen thing?
Yes.
Okay.
So when Karen told her or whatever, and her going back and repeating it, I don't think anything was genuine about that.
Right.
If you called Karen and you were genuine about it, then you should stay on that energy. And it just seems like maybe she was genuine when she called Karen, but the minute she got around them, she like, oh, I can spill her tea. And then when Karen was there, instead of you're like, it was like she wanted, like in Miss Kenya famous words, a moment. She wanted a moment for Bravo, and she's like, I'm going to laugh at you, I'm going to do this and make fun of you and your face. And it's like, well, then why did you even call me?
Right.
And I do believe that Robin called her genuinely when the news broke, because Robin went through something similar.
Right.
But I don't think that her reaction at the restaurant was genuine. Right. I think it was more of her like trying to have a moment. Yeah. And I can't respect that.
No, I didn't like it either. And I didn't like I don't know, like you said, it was like you coming at her, she, at least the way I perceived it when Karen walked in, she seemed to be very appreciative of
yes, that's why she was mean with
and
her.
Everything. And then she has walked out, left your ass with the check.
Well, Bravo always get that.
I didn't like that, because I was like, listen, you didn't have to call her at all. You're right.
Or you could have called her on some messy shit, like, girl, your business all over the news.
Told you.
I don't know. And then it was like, what is the big deal? I don't understand what's the shade, because
with
they're
the
not saying
stuff?
Yeah, they're not saying they're broke. They just saying the company owe taxes.
And if I'm not mistaken, or if I'm not remembering incorrectly, aren't they supposedly separating, Karen and the husband?
Well, in this season, we're going to see that they say he asked her for a divorce or whatever.
I wonder if he's doing that to protect her. Because obviously he's like leading up to all of this, the way they, at least in this first episode, was like, we file taxes separately, so your taxes is paid. You're not associated with this business in any way. You know, according to him, he told her. She conveniently forgot, but Bravo came with the footage to remind her that he told her. So I'm wondering if even their separation is still him trying to keep her name out this mess, and they can't go after your Bravo money. They can't go after any of that.
Okay. Listen, I guess nobody want to fucking pay attention to this, I will call it after school special, but let's call it an evening school special.
The more you know.
Of Teresa and Joe, Gujiche, whatever they changed their name to. Girl. Stay the fuck off of the TV. Why are you on the fucking TV?
I don't know.
Like, when you say, oh, I want to do Housewives, you should say, hold on. Let's run to the accountant. Let's run to the criminal lawyer. Let's run to this one. Let's make sure all our shit together, and then we'll do it.
Right.
I'm like, why would you? Yeah. If you know it, because now, right as soon as you get on that show, they on you.
Yeah.
And they're gonna,
and not only that, everybody who you've wronged, everybody who maybe they think you shorted them in a business deal, they all gonna come out the woodwork because they think you live in this fabulous lifestyle.
Yeah, I don't even care about that. I'm talking about the government on your ass. It's like, it's just so stupid. Like, you know what's going to happen. And then he like, well, they're for the corporation when we acquire it or whatever. And, I mean, I've heard worse stories. And one guy, it was like, the accountant told him, like, all you got to do is put your money like this, and then you don't have to pay any taxes.
Right.
And he did it, and then they like, now you got to pay more. Like, and you get, and it's like, things like that happen. To me, I just don't see what the big deal is. It's like, okay, you owe taxes.
Yeah, I agree. I'm wondering if maybe the actual separation or divorce leads to we find out there is more to the story than what he's telling her now in the early stages of this.
Or maybe he like, bitch, you stressing me. I owe the fucking IRS $5 million. I don't need this shit because these bitches talking about you.
I don't need all these 5 bedrooms. I can go give me a studio.
Which was stupid. I didn't like, she just has an issue with that because it was like, you didn't have any more kids in the house. You could have easily downsized to a townhouse and nobody would have batted an eye.
What's it called? Peachtree Street? Condo?
Well, they not in Atlanta. They in
Oh, that's
Potomac
right,
and Maryland.
Okay.
Like, go get you a townhouse. Say, look, we don't have any more kids. And that's another thing while I say to compare it to Toya and Eugene. Like, look, we got the problem and we taking the steps and we're going to show you what we doing to do it. Like, what is the big deal?
Yeah.
And she was like, because Karen is loaded.
Yeah.
It was like, oh
so
my
shady.
God. Really?
Well, what did you think? Oh, God. I can't even believe it. That damn, what's her name? The prom queen. She was prom queen.
Oh, Giselle.
What about this guy she's dating? Now, we met him at the reunion.
Oh,
apparently, they're still together.
Is that her ex-husband's lover now? She gonna get with? Oh, no. Okay. I'm about to say.
This guy is supposedly straight.
Her husband was supposedly straight, too. Until he came in there. Yes. With his scarf around his neck.
Lord have mercy.
And he's still trying to convince Tweet he's straight. I mean, so what difference does it make?
I don't know. This guy seems nice. It's always the guys that make these women seem more likable. Because I actually liked the way she was interacting with him. And I was like, damn it, you're not going to make me like her.
No.
But he seems nice. He does. I'll give him that. And he seems to be different from what she usually dates because he's not that attractive. I said dates, not marries, because I know that first one.
He was good.
But the last one she was dating last season, she was all about the looks and everything. And then you come in with this one.
I think that was just like people are saying that they say, you know, it would be good if you had somebody and she went and got somebody.
Oh, okay.
And like, we take, bitch, shut up. Because then clearly you don't even like light-skinned men because your ex-husband was dark. This one is dark. Right. Like, girl, I ain't got time for Giselle, but I ain't got no more time for
What did you think about
Potomac.
Ashley?
I just said I ain't got no more time for Potomac. That shit was just...
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm about to say, did Ashley do any...
we just heard the white man got back together.
I was like...
But it's like so... Like, they seem genuinely awkward now with each other. Like, y'all just need to call it quits. Because it don't even feel like y'all really, like each other, let alone are attracted to each other.
Let me tell you some valuable information that I dropped on Grown and Opinionated episode. Vince, your pimp pan is slipping. You should have never gave these hoes no money. You let your hoe, your trophy wife, who has no job, nothing going on, get on the show and start making her own money. And then guess what happens? She starts feeling herself. And now she has a fucking opinion. And now she wants to... No, bitch, no. Remember when married your ass? The agreement was you shut the fuck up. You do what I tell you to do. And you were happy with that. Once they get on these shows, I'm telling you, I just want... Every time they get on these shows, because now they got their own money. So now they like, oh, well, I got money. I don't have to listen to... No. They want to go on that show, tell them you got a really good investment for their money. And then just do some with shit with it where they can't get to it. And so they got to stay with you. And you're like,
told you.
Yep. Oh, you lost it all in the stock market. It crashed.
I just realized we had 2 Halloween episodes because Housewives of Atlanta was a Halloween episode too. We had the season finale, and they had their Halloween party. That, what's her name? The model. Eva. It was her birthday / Halloween party with Candy. What did you think about this hot mess? It was 2 things I didn't like. Oh.
Nene. First of all, you know you was trying to set Portia the fuck up with this apology thing. But then, after she is attacked by Marlo, all of this, you pull her over, and I think she's going to say, you know what? I'm going to drop that shit because clearly this ain't the right time.
Me too!
And I'm so sorry you went through that. She like, what do you think about your apology to... Bitch! I'm like, okay.
You really think you going to call these bitches up here right now?
I think this the best thing for you to do.
See, Portia dumb as a bag of rocks, but I like her. And she was like, yeah, no. Is you crazy? She just snatched my weave, and I had the self-control Nam Yoho Renge Kyo to not mollywop this bitch like I mollywopped that other one. And you really think I'm going to stand up here and give anybody an apology? And you ain't telling Marlo to apologize to me. You letting her go and telling her, no, Marlo, she just doesn't want to hear it. Hear what? I was so old, girl. I was seething.
Because you know what? It makes me go back to Nene being so fake. Because you clearly don't care about the girl.
Obviously.
If you thought that was appropriate.
Obviously.
I was like, whatever. These hoes are crazy.
And then, I'm still confused with, oh God, everybody's name is out my head tonight. Sheree being mad about Shamia showing the text, and then from what I gathered, what Portia told her was, don't trust any of them bitches. And then Sheree said, even me, and Shamia said, she didn't say not you. So it wasn't that Portia said, especially that bitch Sheree. You're just inferring from a text message what you think her intent was. And then you're going to confront me with that? Portia, let me tell you, Portia deserved one of them awards for being there and not fucking a bitch up.
Let me tell you, Shamia is fighting hard for that peach.
Girl, that was what everybody was saying on Twitter. I thought about you. They was like, Shamia auditioning. She tried to get that peach. Everybody was saying
like,
that.
What do, Andy, may I speak to you in private? Who do I have to sell out, throw under the bus?
Oh, this one right here? The one that I've been friends with for 20 years?
No problem. Whoever it is. So I could get a peach next season?
Yo. It
didn't make any sense.
It was just weird. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know if, I'm not going to say they edited. We know they edited because it was a party. It was hours long that they cut to one. But there's no way that there was anything that looked good on what we saw. And I'm like, if there was more of this, if y'all just going from table to table nitpicking on Portia, y'all just seem like the pettiest of bitches. And this would have been the time if Candy was really authentic with her moving past it, where she would have said, y'all need to dead this. Why is everybody taking their turns to come up here and throw rocks at her?
Oh, because she like, oh no, I don't fuck with Portia.
Exactly.
I'm just not doing it. And it's like,
yeah.
I just was watching that episode like, really? Really?
I will say I did love Marlo's costume.
But as a bat, I love that white man.
Yes, I like that. Well, that was probably really her white man, though, that she just pulled out of storage and shook him out. Shook the mothballs out and brought him in. But yeah, I did like her costume, I will admit. And I liked the two dead zombies, Portia and her sister. I thought that was cute. Nene and the Roach.
Who said that? Like, man, Greg, the man, he stayed in that hot roach suit all night.
Portia.
I was like, poor Greg.
I know Kim was pissed when she walked in there, but I did love it. It was just so.
Hell yeah, fuck Kim.
And then But see, this is where the men will always outshine the women. Cause even Corey was like, "That's a good sense of humor. I like that she did that." And I know Kim probably fucked him up when they got outside to the car.
Like, why? You supposed to be on my... I'm over them. I'm so over them. I want to see what they got in every doing.
I was just about to say, seeing this reunion and realizing that they just... Remember they showed the first reunion not too long ago? I'm like, oh, these faces have changed. Girl, yeah, it's like everybody a whole different... They sitting in their same spots. Kim doesn't come out during the whole thing. It's just like the first one. She comes out during part of it looks like. But she ends up sitting next to Andy, and Nene is sitting in that first chair next to Andy. So they're literally sitting in their first spots from that first reunion, and it's like, bitches, y'all look like 85 people have just morphed into a whole new version of you.
Make no sense. Crazy. I don't know. Other than Sheree trying to wait for some man in 2020.
Who done got denied, yeah, because he got denied his... Oh,
I'm like, God. I just can't.
I can't wait for Andy is so shady. Oh no, they've already taped it and they already announced. They announced that afterwards, right?
What?
Oh, I hope somebody asks what happens if he don't come out, because they didn't announce that he wasn't coming out till after the reunion's already been taped months ago.
Oh, okay.
So Andy wouldn't have known to ask the question. Maybe he'll just ask hypothetically, like, what if he doesn't get paroled? What are you gonna do?
Well, he not coming out to when?
2022 or some shit.
2022, yeah, 4 more years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what she been always saying, 4 years.
No, because it was an appeal that was denied. So she was thinking, remember yes. She was thinking when he got the appeal.
Fat pretty girl, wake me up when you finish.
Girl. She was planning the man cave to be occupied. I did like her champagne room in the basement. I know it wasn't a real champagne room, but I liked the chandelier. I liked her little aperitifs. I was like, oh, this is so nice.
How is she going to pay her bills?
She's selling a lot of books. She probably got another one in the works. What was the first one called? The second one could be called The Bone Carrier.
I'm so over these people.
The tea spiller.
I'm over Atlanta, the whole town, especially at the. We gonna get there. I'm just over y'all motherfuckers. But
oh, especially after the show.
I'm over. So, what was the last Housewives? Beverly Hills.
I didn't watch Beverly Hills.
Oh, okay. You ain't missed much.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What was the last one I saw? They were
going to Berlin.
Did I see them in Berlin at all? No, I saw them arriving in Berlin. Yeah, I must have saw the last one when they were in Berlin, but I didn't see this week's. Okay.
All right. So let me tell you why the fuck I'm over Atlanta, the whole town. That episode of Atlanta last night, I'm like, what the fuck?
I think that was a collective Black Twitter response.
I'm like, last week, so I finally watched the Bibby.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. I was laughing so hard. I was like, I can't, he like, come on, Bibby.
I told you.
I could not stop laughing.
Bibby could get his own spinoff.
My husband was like, what are you watching that you're laughing at hard at? I'm like, yo, this shit is hilarious.
I told you, Bibby was one of my favorite characters. Like this season has been all about these side characters, even the good bad ones, I guess. But Bibby
was funny.
I would watch a show about Bibby. I would. And then when a paperboy looked at him at the end, like, I miss you, baby.
He's like,
I miss you, man.
He's like, no tip. I was cracking up.
That shit when he went into the damn microwave and gave him that old Zaxby's. He was like, man, ain't no food in here. You giving me your leftovers.
That shit was
and talking about they repossessing the wood. I was dying.
That shit was hilarious. But this week, it was like, what the fuck is going on?
So, it was a commercial-free episode. We opened
They should have added all of the commercials, because maybe then you'd be like, I had to rewind it and watch it. I'm like, what the fuck is this about?
I was confused about. I was like, is it supposed to be like Get Out? Is it supposed to be like the Jacksons? Who's getting robbed? I'm so confused. Like, I was just lost.
Well, I guess Darius got robbed because he didn't even get the piano.
But the piano was free.
Yeah,
he was
but
just
ain't
there to
get it.
get it.
He ain't get it.
So my thinking was it supposed to be like the child star's childhood was robbed? Like they were robbed of their childhood? Like a play on, was it supposed to be like making you think of like Michael Jackson? I mean, the correlation was obvious that it was supposed to be making you think of
But
Michael
who the
Jackson.
fuck was in the basement?
The brother.
Why? With that thing on his face?
You, we need to call. Where's Donald's phone number?
I know. I'm gonna have to. Cause I just was like, wait, what the fuck is going on now?
And then I was like, was that Donald Glover in the thing?
Well, apparently, what? Because that's what I kept saying. Who the fuck is in this thing? And then they showed like that was him.
Okay.
And I'm like, but why?
Because at times I felt so racist. Because at times he looked like a monkey. Like it looked like one of the Planet of the Apes people. Like I was waiting for
It just was
the
so
orangutan to come out.
I just was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I wasn't sure about what got robbed. Maybe the network was robbed.
Shit, I was robbed of a whole hour of my damn time. What the
that
fuck
was
that?
episode.
I just was like, what?
Yeah. So next week we get the girlfriends episode. I think with just the girlfriend. So
listen, Paperboy. All about that Paperboy. That's all
I
need to say.
Paperboy last week. So
and
now we got
need
all
more
Darius this week.
Well, we had Paperboy in it because remember the guy was like, I put some
he
extra
was
fries
the
in there.
phone.
He was like, take them out then.
Some damn fries. Which I was, when he pulled up at Crystal's, I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit. Because, have you ever been to Crystal's?
No. I don't know
Okay, so we went in New Orleans, there was a Crystal's. And at least in New Orleans, it was like a bootleg White Castle. And, you drunk. You on Bourbon Street. You need something to eat. And everybody is like, oh, go to Crystal's. It's just, y'all got White Castles in Jersey. It's just like White Castles. That shit is nothing like White Castle. And White Castle ain't even
Somebody
great.
opened the door?
Oh. White Castle ain't even great. But when somebody told me, oh, it's just like it. Yo. And so when he pulled up at Crystal's and he said, don't give me them nasty ass fries, I was like, yes. You are absolutely right. Because shit's is gross, Paperboy. I was with you.
But,
it was so...
I'm not here for y'all. The whole city of Atlanta.
That last week, and then you give me this Donald Glover. I just don't know.
And they had the memes where the guy was clapping for. He was like, Atlanta got me like this from last week, and then this week, like,
yeah, exactly.
I was like, yeah, what the fuck is going on? I just was like, what?
Last week was so.
I knew his episode was going to be weirder because he's weird, but I just didn't understand this one.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck Atlanta the whole time. But let me tell you, before we go any, girl, you gotta watch Champions. You gotta watch this shit. I was just telling my friend about this show because this week episode, the uncle was like telling the father, oh, you don't take an interest in him or whatever. He like, look, I even made these flashcards of all his sayings so that I could keep up with him. And one of the cards was like, yeah. And then he turned around, yes. And he like, you do know that just means yes, right? He like, yes. And he did it again. It was so funny. And then the little boy, he was with his uncle who was doing drugs or whatever. And so when he went there, he was like, who would ever believe that somebody would sell this little boy? They would sell him drugs. And he was like, oh, I could totally buy drugs. And he put on the shades and was like, please, I'll take 5 drugs, please. Oh, I was like, yo, this kid and the uncle, I can just watch them all fucking day. I could watch the kid all day. But when you add that uncle in, I'm like, oh my God, this shit is so funny. When he turned around with those pink shades on, I would like 5 drugs, please.
It seems like I'm watching the show just because every week you tell me it's so good, I end up watching it. I'm like, I don't. Yo, we got.
I think that the first episode, because it had to give you all of the background information on how we get here.
Right.
But once I saw the boy, I was like, oh, I'm all in for him.
Yeah.
I was just all in for him. And every week, oh my God, this shit is just hilarious. I don't know. Champions is my show. But anyway, so what? Oh my God, we gotta talk about our mermaids.
Oh girl,
Did you see what I was tweeting you about last night now?
Yeah, but I don't think they did anything.
That wasn't that look they gave.
No. I think it's coming. But I think she was just like warming them up. Like, okay, y'all want this little fish punani right in the middle of this sandwich? Fish? Because I like you. And I like you too. Which I told you, I'm here for that before I'm here for him falling in love with the little white fish girl and leaving the little brown girl alone.
Well, you saw that they almost kissed, and it was like you heard the song and everything, and then he had to catch himself like, yo.
But then the girl had the same reaction. Thing, she did the same thing with the females.
So she like,
okay, I like this equal opportunity fish thing.
She came in that bedroom and was like, and they both looked like, okay, I think we done.
But I'm wondering, okay, so stick with me on this thinking. She's calling this woman her sister. Mm-hmm. Do you think they're like sister wives? And maybe she's seeing like these land people are kind of the same arrangement she has in the water too. I got a brown sister wife. I got a a merman that I sleep with.
I can't see her.
So maybe she's like, let's have it on land and sea.
No, I did not take it. Okay. I was thinking more so that maybe that she's saying sister, like, because they're a whole, she was like, oh, it's a lot of us under there.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know if it's her biological sister, like we would consider sister, or is it like because we're all live in that community. School. Yeah.
But it was funny in my head.
But the this, I love this show.
It was good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And then I like when she jumped in that pool, I'm like, no, she's gonna be a mermaid.
I was like, see, my first thought was, oh shit, the chlorine's gonna kill her. I was like, she ain't gonna turn, she gonna die from this chlorine. Chlorine, she's used to salt water. You get near that damn bleach, I thought she was gonna get out and her skin was gonna be like weird from the chlorine. Oh, I didn't even think about her turning.
Oh, I thought she was gonna turn.
That's what the other girl did too. She was like, why?
And she was like, that's not my water. Yeah, she like, that ain't my shit.
I was going to say too, she learned pretty good English really quickly.
You know what? I wish they would stop having her speak that way, because the whole thing was, well, at least from the first 2 episodes, it's like they're highly intelligent, they'll learn quickly, and so by this point, she should have picked up enough of the language, in my opinion, because the way she was saying it, because she came out the fucking water, and within that amount of time, she learned these words, and they was like, oh no, they're highly intelligent, but it's like, why the fuck she's still talking like a caveman then?
Right.
She should have been able, I either want her to be highly intelligent, really, or to be what she is, but I can't take this middle.
Yeah.
It's just driving me crazy, because then she does the puzzle, she does all of this, but you can't fucking pick up on this language already? Like, bitch.
But then I'm like,
no hablo.
Shut up.
English, like, girl, get it together already.
And then I'm with you now, though, in the respect of, we know the old lady knows more than she's telling them. So, because when they said, oh, the military's involved, she was like, the military? How did they know about this? And now we know that they've seen the guy's face, the son, because they found the footage from when he ran up on the beacon. So they have his face as being in the water, so they know he knows about the beacon where they were trying to hail them.
Oh,
so they identified him right then. They was like, oh, that's such and such orange down soul, whatever their last name is. He's on the island, the siren. Da, 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 da. So they already know who the hell the guy is.
And who's down soul?
His last name, I can't remember how they say it.
Wait, the guy with the scratches on his neck now, his brother.
No, him. Because remember when he jumped into the water and the beacon was caught? So they showed the military showing the doctor that has the sister saying, oh, this is the guy that found the beacon. And they showed his picture and they said, we've identified him as Ryan. I think his name is Ryan.
I don't know what they are.
But they know he knows about the beacon that was there. So
they're going to think that he knows about the mermaids.
And there's obviously something the father is also not sharing.
He done fucked one of those mermaids. That's what, and a mermaid, his mama.
You think that's the girl? Oh, wait a minute.
He like,
wait a minute.
Hello?
What if the mom? What if her being in the wheelchair is just maybe because she can't walk because she gave up her sea legs for him? And now,
oh, is that because that is one thing that they have to decide to be? Because wasn't that in the
look,
Little
that's in
Mermaid?
The Little Mermaid.
Girl, we cracking cases around this motherfucker. Like,
but wouldn't that be a cool twist if she gave it up for him and then this motherfucker got a girlfriend?
I think that the father fucked the mermaid. And I think that he's part mermaid.
Okay, so, bet. Your theory is the father's part mermaid. My theory is
not the father's part mermaid. That he fucked
the mermaid. Okay.
So the mother could be that mermaid.
So I'm wondering
but the boy is half. I believe that he's part
half. Oh, okay,
mermaid.
Okay.
Because, and now, look at
No, that makes a lot of sense because when he was swimming under that water for a long time.
I was about to say that. And it wasn't a pond. And remember, in Shape of Water, she had the mark. Girl, I be getting my Blues Clues together with my show. Let me tell you. I love my fucking mermaid. So I get my shit together.
And I like that. And I like...
Okay, in Shape of Water, remember she had the marks on her neck. And then when he did it, he just ripped it. And now he has the scratch right there.
On one side,
and she like... Homie, I'll give you another set and you could be under the water.
Fucking in the water.
Girl, let me tell you what I know.
Okay. Okay, I'm interested.
See, now I'm going to go back and watch the whole episode again. Girl, I watched the first two so many times. My husband was like, that is enough. Yes.
Again?
I was like, cuz I just got to make sure I didn't miss anything.
No,
girl. And when 7:59
I gotta give you Freeform, you are coming with it.
And I can't wait till this other one. Oh my God.
Cloak and Dagger.
I cannot fucking
with it.
wait.
They trying to give, Netflix a run for their money. They like, we're going to give you some good shows.
And I know you didn't watch The Bold Type, but that one was good also.
Oh, okay.
Because you probably don't like those type of... It was on Hulu.
About? Bold Type.
About her working at the magazine and everything. Because it reminds me of, what was my movie? Devil Wears Prada, those type of things. So if you're not into those things, but I am. I love that type of shit. But girl, yeah.
Yeah, Freeform is coming with it. I'm here for it.
That might be our favorite channel now.
What? Until Handmaids come back, y'all got us.
When does Handmaids I gotta pay for my
It's coming back next month. This month.
I'm gonna pay. April when?
17th?
I gotta pay for my Hulu, girl.
Something crazy like that. It's coming back soon. Get ready, girl. Get your life.
I'm gonna pay.
See, those are things I don't let lapse. WWE and Hulu.
Well, you know what? I didn't even care about the Hulu anymore because after that fucking Runaways made me so angry. I said, fuck you, Hulu. I don't care about you anymore.
Totally off topic. You know what I've been watching on there that's disturbing, but I'm enjoying it? The Looming Tower. It's about like 9/11, everything leading up to 9/11, like the whole commission, and this guy wrote a book. And he's talking about the signs that they had where they could have gotten these, the hijackers, and they missed them. And then when they bombed the consulate in Kenya, and it was the same people, and they were, testing out to see what they could do. It's really good. And
I gotta see
William Hurt is in it, and he's playing this guy who worked for the CIA, was fired. I think they said about 6 months before 9/11 happened, was hired as a security consultant in the Twin Towers and died in the attack.
I know what he was consulting.
So it's very interesting, and they're not showing him like a hero because he's like got a girlfriend in every city, and he's married. They're showing like this bad stuff about him, but it's interesting. But it's one of those. You're a few episodes in, so you'll be good because they do it every week. It's not like all the episodes there, but I like it.
I gotta check it out. Well, did you get to? I know you watch RuPaul. Let me tell you, before that episode started, all week. Yes, I can say Miss Van.
Yeah.
Miss Van. I'm like,
and then when they did it in the room, I was like, yeah.
I was like, so it's not just me, huh?
Everyone is taking over the world.
They gotta bring her back. But do they do? I can't remember if in the normal episodes they let one of the girls come back. Like
it would be good to see, like maybe
a contest that they could come back in.
Yeah,
because we saw that in All Stars that they did a contest. I want because Miss Vanjie. Oh my God! All week long I've been saying it, and then I was like, once the show started and they said, I was like, yeah, that's just contagious. They got to get her back on.
It hasn't been anyone else so far that's been kicked off of the three that I'm like, I would like to see them back.
Yeah,
Except
she
for
got
Miss
to be back.
Vanjie.
Miss Vanjie. I got to, oh my God. Well, what did you think about the drama with Vixen?
Well.
Her wigs are, let me just say this for the record. Yeah, her wigs are looking really bad, and now I know why. They're not her wigs.
I like the green one. This last one she had.
It wasn't that
red
bad.
one. But...
And the other, and I'm like, yeah, and honestly, I felt like the other one I don't feel like she should have won last week for that outfit. I just didn't feel like it was, like I said, she had fucking fire on her crotch. I just didn't feel like it was all of that. And, I mean, it is what it is. I just didn't feel like it.
But I guess, so, unlike with this week, they were judged as a team. And the way they said it, at least I got, was she only won because her team won. She was the team captain. Your team won.
What was their commercial?
You win. Their commercial was the No, this was the last week was when they did the Rusical about the pharmaceuticals. And
this week it was the
This week they
apps.
did the apps. And it wasn't the same team. She didn't have the same team because it was 3 teams this time. But last week they were voted on as a group. So your group.
This one was individual.
I thought individual. Yeah. So that's why. So I'm saying, like, I could see her winning last week just because your team won. You were the captain, so you are the winner.
Oh, okay. So it's not about the look.
It wasn't about the look.
Okay.
This week it was about the look, your performance in the commercial, in the app commercial, and it didn't matter who was the leader. You were all judged on your own effort. So that's why she would have won last week. It wasn't about the look.
Yeah. This one, let me tell you, I'm getting tired of what is this child name? And she was the captain on the team where they had Butterface. I'm getting so tired of her.
Monique Hart?
Yeah. She's like, why are they paying so much attention to Asia? They should be paying attention to me. Why aren't they looking at me? And I'm like, bitch, because you whack.
That's Monet Exchange. That was Monet Exchange.
Yeah. Well, the other one had the fake boobs.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, how many times you going to do these?
I was wondering that, too.
I was like,
and then they're not even good. They look like cushions out the sofa.
Well, I guess that was what it was supposed to be.
Gag,
yeah, but it was like, okay, you did it once.
Yeah.
You did it twice.
Yeah. I don't know. Monet Exchange, you weren't giving an effort. That's why they weren't paying you no attention. You were blah. Whereas Asia whole hair with bumple still skins and a nose,
and she just sitting there like that,
was making them laugh.
I just was like, oh my gosh, her just sitting there all the time.
Sorry.
Just like,
I mean, and then I'm sorry, I loved her runway look. That Tweety was so over with me. I loved it.
You know what? It's like, what do they call it? Avant-garde. Like, you either have to go all the way or be all the way on the other end. But when you're in the middle, it doesn't work. And she, like, went for it. Yeah. And, like, Michelle said, like, the little thing you did with your hair at the,
just
like,
blowing it up
to show, like, no, my face is beat. And I think
your
like
hands
that,
making the beat.
I was about to
just
say,
little things. I loved
really
it. I was like, yes. And like she said, I took a chance. I didn't know if Tweety would work, but it did.
I liked hers also. I didn't like the girl who was on the bottom. I thought her gown was pretty safe. And
the one who went home, or the one?
No, the one who actually won, who shouldn't have won.
Miss Mayhem.
Yeah, I didn't think she did that great of a job lip syncing.
Oh, I liked her. I thought her, compared to the other one, I thought her lip sync was. Yeah.
I thought the other one was, because it was really.
Air guitar. You can't. You're a drag queen, bitch. Air guitar should not be your go-to on the stage.
Oh, what that type of song? I didn't think it was bad. Once. I didn't think it was bad, but I think that maybe because of last week's lackluster lip sync, this week I was like, Rue, don't send either one of them home. That was really, at least we got something this week. But out of the two, I felt like the Asian girl should have won. I thought she did. In my opinion, I thought she did. I didn't think what's the name did anything other than walk around and start pulling out feathers and shit. It was like,
see, I thought you would love that, like when Calorie.
No, it's a difference of pulling out money out your boobies and making it rain on your damn self and pulling the feathers out of your dress and it seemed like to me that's what I thought about. I said, "Oh, she's trying to go for the calorie thing," but the difference is it was actual money, fake money, and it was the whole thing. Like this,
yeah.
I don't know. It just wasn't.
I like this. I like the app challenge though. I thought that was really a cute idea with the fake apps, and the one that really got me. Well, I like the Butterface one, and I like the pathological liar. But I think they really they didn't sell it. Like, I don't know, they weren't committed to it. I thought that was a great idea for an app, and y'all just, it seemed like they weren't passionate about it. I don't know, but the Fipster, not Fipster, the other one, the End of the World one, as stupid as it was, they were making it work. It made me laugh at it. It made me like, that might actually be an app that somebody could sell.
Yeah.
Especially that, I love St. Clair's face. The one that looks like such a young boy, but he looks like he has cheek. Yes. I wonder if he has cheek implants, because those cheeks are just so amazing to me.
Oh, probably.
But whenever he dresses up, he goes to, he becomes like Doris Day. Like when Michelle Visage said that, I was like, yes. Arsenic and Lace, I see it. Sandra D. I mean, the cheekbone. I don't know if it's the cheekbones that do it, but it's like,
it might be fake.
When he does them faces, he just goes to old school glamour. Like, I would see him in an old Casablanca or something.
But
what did you think about Untucked and Vixen and her diatribe? I know you want to go to sleep, but I think Vixen made some good points about being seen as the angry black girl once you sit up here and start crying, Aquaria. When you as we always say, come with that same energy and sass. When we in the room, you shut the fuck up. Don't fucking talk to me. Da-da-da-da. And then people sit up here and more than one person confronts you and you break down. And now the black people look like they're attacking you. And it is a theme that we see, angry black man, woman, whatever, on shows. Just because they in dresses don't mean they're immune to it. I thought they made some, and it seemed like the other drag queens was like, go, Vixen, go.
I don't know. I just saw it because Vixen is an angry black queen.
Stay ready. I know. That's why it was so weird. The energy
and said that she wants to fight. She likes to fight. I mean, you portrayed that, so nobody's making you seem that way,
right?
I don't understand. Now, if it had been somebody else and they're like, okay, you giving me fire, we going back, we arguing, and then all of a sudden you're like, she picked. Then it's like, okay, like, come on now. You kind of are trying to get there and say, like, oh, because, make me look that way when I'm really not. Like, you poking me.
Right.
And I stopped. But then, like, what's the name told her? She was like, listen, I know that she did initially come for you, but it's like, you going really hard on her. Mm-hmm. How about we just all, like, let it go and get along? And Vixen was with the shit. She like, no. Yeah. And it's just that. So my point is that what's her name did come for her when she said the thing about the wig. Mm-hmm. Then Vixen came back, but Vixen never stopped coming back.
Right.
It was like even after the girl stopped, it was like you got her. And what's her name said, America, that is what we call whatever getting somebody together. Yeah. Like it was like, okay, you got her, you got the check, leave it alone. And then it crossed over because it was like, no, I'm just going to keep going. I don't think that she's being portrayed as anything other than what she said she is. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you got a problem with that, why you say that then?
Right.
I don't know.
I think Donna, we could go down the list of everybody on these reality shows that stay ready. And Vixen is just like, I'm here. I'm quiet. But the microsecond you say Vix, I'm in it. I'm on your ass. I'm on right on right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but how could you be mad if that's who you are? I think that
because I think if you initiate it like Aquaria did, then either when you're on that stage, you keep coming back with it. But you don't, I don't know, breaking down into tears. I'm like, are you trying to get pity, or are you trying to make me look like I initiated it? But
or I'm just crying. I'm losing. Like, why does her
you losing a playing the dozens or the shade fight?
Well, we having because I was about to say, you throwing the shade. Now, I threw the shade. I might have been joking because we see the queens shade each other, and it's like, ha, 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 ha.
Exactly.
And they move on. But I threw the shade, and you came back with a vengeance. So it's clear that we're not going to be joking with this.
Yeah.
And then I try to come back, but you shut me all the way down. And now you on my ass. And I'm just upset, and I'm losing this fight. I mean, what those tears got to do with Vixen?
Right.
Other than you the one causing them.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't take it as that she's trying to make her look any type of way. I don't know. And that was just me. I just didn't agree. It was like,
yeah.
Okay. Like,
I saw both sides of it, because I'm like, you can't claim to be portrayed one way when you walk that way in the door.
Yeah, that's what I say.
But I also saw, like, this is something we always see on reality shows of when a black person, man, woman, whatever, stands up for themselves and the white person feels berated.
I don't want to say,
like, oh, you're angry. You're an angry black person.
I can't accept that, because there's a difference between, and we've seen it on Housewives of Atlanta with Nene and Kim. There's a difference of standing up for yourself and saying, like, look, I'm not the one, or I'm not going to be rolled, and you coming across as the angry black woman. Nene portrayed that.
Oh, yeah.
We see it happen, and you have to own it if that's what the image you're going to put out there. Because you don't need to act that way. Yeah. If you... Because there is a difference, but I do sometimes I say, and I don't want to say it's a white thing or whatever, or a black thing, but even like sometimes I may stand up for myself, and then they like, oh, you being so argument, you being this and that, and it's like, yeah, but if I let you run all over me, then I'm gonna be a ran over argumentative black woman. Like, so I'm just standing up, and it could go that way, because if you ask a question and they're like, oh boy, then that's when it's like, okay, I'm wrongly being portrayed that way, because my intent isn't that. I'm not with the shits. I'm just asking. But if you with the shits and you are that, you gotta own that. And if you're arguing, it's like being a bully. If I have an argument, or me and you throwing shade, and then I see like your energy changes, which, not that we have ever thrown shade, but sometimes I'll ask a question, and then I'll turn to look, and I'm like, this energy ain't right. So let's stop.
Us here?
I was about to say, and you just like, okay, I pick up on the energy.
Right.
This ain't what I may be joking, or I may be doing this, but you not feeling it. I stop.
Right.
Period. Right. When you don't stop and you keep going,
right,
aren't you being portrayed for who you
just
are?
What you are.
Exactly. I mean,
like I'm saying, I see that totally in this instance, because that's how Vixen came in the dough.
I like to fight, and I do that.
Yeah. So
I'm ready for Eureka to go the fuck home. I'm ready. Calorie so should have had that spot, but she want to sit there and be whack. And Miss Van, I need her back. But RuPaul, but let me tell you, now I kind of miss RuPaul being on Friday nights.
Okay.
But I like it being on Thursday night, so we could watch it and talk about it instead of being a week behind. Because usually every Friday night I go home, I be like, I'm watching RuPaul. Now it come on, and my mermaids come on, and I'm like, okay, Ru, you gotta wait till the mermaid. And then not only till I watch the episode, I rewatch the parts that I need clarification on. Then we could talk about you. It's just, that's what it is.
I still like Untucked coming on right after, because I'm like, unlike you, I never will remember to watch it on YouTube. So I'm like,
I don't like it on
right here.
Oh, I don't like it on YouTube. I just want them, when it used to come on Logo, RuPaul would come on, and then Untucked would come on, and it would be a separate thing. So you would have both of your shows.
I got you.
I don't know. I hated it on YouTube, because it was like a whole big deal that you had to go look. You had to remember to do. No, I like it coming on right after. On Logo, it used to come on.
Did Ru have laryngitis or something this week?
I don't know. Wow.
His voice was sounding very weird to me. Like he was so breathy. It was like he was trying to preserve it. At times it was just so. And Men, start your engines. May the best woman win. I was like, Rue, what you been doing?
I don't know.
It was just weird. It just felt like weird the whole episode.
Yeah, I wasn't watching.
Other thing I wanted to watch. Did you see Tracy Morgan's show?
Oh my god, that shit was so funny. That shit was so funny. I was like,
I was nervous. I was nervous because I think we've. It's a shame. I hate to say it. Knock on wood. Safely established that Tiffany Haddish may not be that funny. I'll just whisper it. She may not be that funny when it's her writing.
Well, let me say this. No shade.
No, all the way shade. Go ahead.
It's no shade.
Yes,
I
it is.
don't find her to be all of that. Like how everybody's crazy for her. I don't get it. Like this overly ghetto thing. It's like we've seen this.
I was saying to my girlfriends, I was like, I feel like Girls Trip may have been the like one shot. Like you shot for the hoop, you made it. You ain't never gonna make that shot again. And I enjoyed her in Girls Trip, but it doesn't translate to other stuff.
Well, I enjoyed her in Girls Trip, but it was like, is this something I never seen?
Well, no.
I mean, is this Kevin Hart and fucking Get Hard? No. Is this
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Get Hard. You don't like that one?
I love The Rockin' Out. No, that movie is horrible. Wasn't that the one with The Rock?
No.
Which one was it with The Rock?
With Will Ferrell, and he gotta get ready for.
God.
I mean, like,
really?
I just don't.
Go ahead.
The comedy wasn't anything that I never saw before. We've all seen this overly ghetto who's ready to fight, who's doing this, we've seen it before. And I'm like, I don't know. And even when she on the shows, I'm like, I don't find her that entertaining.
I think the thing with Girls Trip, it was just like the chemistry of all of them, the story. You didn't see, like an Essence Fest portray a place where you're unapologetically black and that like portrayed in this way on a big screen. I think it was like the chemistry and the magic of all of that coming together made it good.
We've seen that in Think Like a Man and Waiting to Excel.
You saw something like Essence Fest with a plethora of black people just going to a place and celebrating being black? And Think Like a Man?
Well, and unless I'm remembering Girls Trip wrong, they went to Essence, but the movie was about them. Right, and it wasn't any specific, like, oh, this is about, or whatever, the black. It was about the girl and her husband who weren't really together, and they were going to promote whatever they had. So I don't
know. I guess I took it as,
100 Watts always be having these.
Feelings.
They be finding so black. They be trying to find something black in every damn thing.
Yeah. But no, I thought it was about like the power of your girl circle, the power of
which we saw in Waiting to Excel.
Okay, you going back 20 damn years. Can we get something in this century?
But
the culture?
Somebody say never seen it.
20-year-olds probably ain't never seen it.
Well, when people say never seen, I'm like, but we did.
If we talk about 20-year-olds, they probably like, who was in that?
Yeah, we saw it and set it off.
You say Leela Roshan, they like, who? Oh, you mean the stage play set it off? Because they ain't know nothing else.
Everybody know about Cleo.
Years ago too.
Everybody know about Cleo.
She was in Girls Trip.
What was the other one that we had? I can't remember all of these movies.
I don't know. I think it was something about that moment. I think that made Girls Trip really good. But then we saw Tiffany on her stand-up special. We saw her on SNL.
She was whack.
Other stuff, and it's like she's just not hitting. So I was worried about Last OG. I was worried about her maybe having too big of a role and it not being as good. Well, but I enjoyed it.
Actually, in this episode, what did she have to air quote hit? I mean, anybody could have played that role. It was nothing special or.
Well, going forward, it seems like it's going to be a lot more with her. So I'm just wondering. Okay. I don't know. I'm just hoping hopefully she's not doing any writing on it. I'm sorry. I know that's mean to say.
Well, I never watched her stand up, so I don't know. I just don't find her, like, when everybody was like, oh my God, Tiffany Haddish, did you see a Girls Trip? And I'm like, So we never saw this type of character. What was this one? Oh my God, if I could remember this movie. And it was literally a similar thing where one of the girls, we see this shit in Girlfriends, we seen it in, I mean, it's just nothing different.
Right.
It didn't go anywhere. Like I said, well, and I know people don't like Get Hard, but I did. And I thought that what Kevin Hart brought to Get Hard was different because it was like that he's not playing a gangster, he's not playing this, he's like a family man trying to be a gangster, it's like it's something different, right. A different side. We've seen this,
right?
I don't know. I don't know. But The Last OG, I did find that shit. You know what?
I got a uncut version. They had an uncut version
because he was like
a lot of cursing.
He was like motherfucker, and I said, wait,
girl,
what channel I'm watching? I was like,
I'm about to slide out the chair because I was like, what channel is this on that they dropping all these F-bombs? And then I was like, oh, stupid, you hit uncut. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I did the same thing because I know Deezus and Mel will say like we could say a certain amount of fucks, but at a certain time, and I'm like, but motherfucker, fuck, right? Like, really? I said, oh, okay, that's how it's going.
Exactly.
I was like, but I hold a special place in my heart for Tracy Morgan because of 30 Rock. 30 Rock was my shit.
It was really good. I liked it. We saw. Okay, so who do we see? We saw Malik Yoba as a drug. You
better
dealer.
leave him alone too.
He. You could still see the ash in the nighttime, but it was all right.
Malik alone.
The guy from Blackish, but I don't know his name. So he's playing a grown up. We see him as a kid when Tracy originally gets arrested.
Yes.
And then we see him as a grown up.
Because he was the intern or something on Blackish, and now he's on this.
I don't know his name. So
Me neither.
We see him as a grown up. It was hilarious when he was at the mural for his brother and thought it was him. When he turned around and he was talking to him and passed out.
Because it was the same actor. I was like, isn't this the same guy? And I'm like, why he looked the...
Oh, well, yeah, because they supposed to look so much alike.
I was like, get the fuck out of here. I said, so stuff like that in the writing, when I watch shows, shit like that makes me laugh because it's like, okay, y'all just use the same act. Like, stuff like that. Like, it doesn't have to be overtly, oh, look, this is really funny. You should be... It's like those little things made me laugh.
That did make me laugh too. When he was like, "Oh, okay, you the brother," passed right out, and then they started just cracking on each other, sitting there.
Oh my God! And what was it that he said to the girl? He said, "Why those kids look like their last name could be Wesley and Snipes?" I said, "You know what? I'm fucking done with him." I said, "I am fucking done."
And then the guy hit the old man crossing the street.
I was like,
oh my gosh. And then when the white boy came out and he said, "Are we gonna have a problem, hombre?"
Yes, I like that part too.
Hombre.
He like, oh, I'm with the shits. Just because I'm white don't mean I'm not with the shits. I'm with the shits. And if you want it, you can get it.
Oh my God.
I thought the show was so...
I did laugh a lot.
Funny. I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to be watching this one.
Yeah.
I think that is a dynamic on the show that we really haven't seen, because now instead of him like being aware like, okay, me and my wife split up, she's married now, and then this blended family, it's like I didn't even know I had these kids, and now somebody else has been raising my kids, and now I need to try to assert myself in their life and not disrespect the man that raised them, because I think he says that, like, you know, this man raised my kids, and it's like, let's see how this plays out, because I think that is really good. In my opinion, I like that.
I'm like, too, I'm interested in knowing a little bit more about her story, because I'm like, how old were the kids when they met? Was she still pregnant? You know what I mean? Like, I'm interested in all of that too. So I'm like, I'd like an episode of that in between of while he was in prison.
Oh, you're definitely going to get that. You're going to definitely get. But I was like, okay, I like this, because what was the other show that I watched? And they got the really good from Office. I really like that one too, because I'm like, okay, this is exploring something that we really haven't seen before. I like new stuff. Like, give us something new.
When he was leaving the jail, he was like, man, before you leave, you're going to give me that Thai recipe. And I was like, he was like, don't use more than 2 packs of peanut butter. It's too much.
Oh my God. The way Tracy Morgan
his
talks.
Delivery.
it just make me. Only thing could have made this show funnier is if they had JB Smooth doing it. I would have been like, oh my god,
I wouldn't have been able to take it.
I
But then
couldn't.
that damn, you know who JB Smooth's character could have been? But I like who they have. But that damn Cedric the Entertainer, like, if that would have been JB, I
Oh
could have
my
seen
God.
JB Smooth doing that.
I can't.
He'd be like, what do you call him, dick toucher?
Yeah, I was like, I
And he was
can't.
like, I was in jail. Such and such. I don't even want to see my own dick anymore.
I can't. I'm like, so I'm here for it. I'm
And
gonna
then
set
they
it on
try
my
to tell
DRE.
jokes, and then the other ones who's all woke, they up there talking. I was like, oh my god, this is.
I
this is
cannot.
good.
Let me tell you, I cannot wait for that one. I'm putting that one on my DVR.
Yeah, it was really.
I watched
good.
it today. I was like, let me watch this.
It was really good. I'm glad
Oh
I
my
watched
god!
it.
I didn't get through Krypton because my ADD was kind of working
The
against
way it was
me.
set up.
It was like, oh yeah, you can't pay attention to anything. I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, I watched that new one, The Crossing, on ABC. I don't know if I'm gonna be in for it. It's like Lost, but in the ocean or some shit. I don't know.
Girl, I tried to watch The Walking Dead this week. I was like,
Oh God, girl, I watched it too. But the only reason I'm watching it is because now I want to see Morgan's changeover. So that's the only reason I'm
I
up
was
to
like,
it now.
I'm like, wow.
Because I'm like, they can't kill him.
Because he
You
got to
better
be on
not.
other.
You better not.
I'm like, oh my god, why?
When Negan was strapped to that thing, I was like, this bullshit.
This is getting, yeah, I say this is getting silly. Did you watch? I watched Tiana and Taylor.
Tiana and
Iman. I'll keep Tiana and Taylor. Look, she got her own
that
show.
damn baby Junie is so funny and cute.
Yeah,
And
I think that.
I just love Iman. I love him.
That he's so quiet. I watched that one. I watched the Love and Hip Hop. And what was it that I watched? Then I started watching Black Ink Crew, and then I'm like, you don't have nothing better to do?
I was there for 2 seconds.
Until Walt got in the back room at the projects.
No.
I be going through crazy shit, man. I say, yo, this whole
I totally missed
cast
that. I saw him at the
deserve Emmys.
Alcoholics Anonymous meeting with this is one thing I will say though, and maybe I don't know if
They're great actors. Besides,
they're great actors. I love that my man got off the couch. What's my man's name? Ted. He like, you going to AA? I'm gonna go and support you, man.
That's his job. You got
counselor.
caught. I'm coming. I'm like, Ted, hold the fucking couch down.
Nope.
You know what? This is the thing that always ruins reality shows, in my opinion, is that the things we initially love,
Right.
they start to strip away because they think what we want to
growth.
see.
We don't want to see growth.
Or they like, oh, well, Ted, we need to see you playing a more. I'm like, no, the whole thing of Ted just sitting on the couch all the time was the funniest shit to us because it's like, that's the running, like, that's the joke. Like, oh, Ted just holds down the couch.
He had no job.
He just holds the couch down. And I'm like, so we don't need him trying to do other things. I'm over Sky.
I was there for 2 seconds until she was in that club and asked that gay man if he wanted to have a baby. Did he want to procreate? And I was like, he don't want to procreate with nothing but a turkey baster. He is not having sex with you.
Let me tell you.
Atlanta? I'm from Atlanta. And he just, yes, girl. I'm like, see.
Now, how do you think that make your son feel to see you on the show now that you're dying to have a baby? You want to have a baby, and he like, bitch,
you got two.
You had him. I just was like, I can't. But when they came to that, he like, oh, they like, we gonna check up on you, and he sends them the address, and they like, isn't that the projects? I'm like, then they come into the projects. Nothing's in this whole project apartment. And he like, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm renting a room in the back. And then you go all the way in the back and there's a bed with a cover. Ain't even no garbage bags with clothes around. Like, you know, that's the norm. Like,
when you moved in a hurry and gotta go in a hurry.
Because that's what the people, they keep the clothes in garbage bags instead of dressers and things like that.
I know, but I'm saying, like, you would have them there if you were actually there and needed to.
But nothing. I'm like, and then he's sitting there. man, what are you doing here? And I was embarrassed. Man, I be going through crazy wild shit. I'm like, but when he did that performance, I'm like, that's Emmy nom worthy.
At this point, he should just be freebasing and dancing like Gator. I dance for your mama.
No,
I smoke the TV.
What they need to do is they really need to get some agents to get them on some shows, because this type of acting is award
You should not be wasting this on VH1.
When he started crying, it was like, that's why I want to tell y'all to pull up, and y'all don't know. I'm like, yo, this fucker is good. Like, this is a real thespian.
I hate you.
Like, they just, and then C's be sitting there with his concerned look, like, I'm like, word, yo, I'm like, this acting, fuck what y'all trying to get me to believe. I don't believe none of this shit. But this acting is really, really good.
Was this the episode where O'Shit's baby mamas was fighting?
They fighting again.
Well, not fighting, but they was arguing in the restaurant, and then the real crazy one left talking about she wasn't trying to keep the kid from him or something.
I was like, yeah, I don't want to see that anymore, because they don't know how to act as well as Walt. I need Walt in different scenes. I need him. This was really good acting. If nothing
now you're gonna
else,
make me watch it.
It was really good, and I'm like, this. I just can't be wasting my life away like this. My show Life Sentence, I just decided this is a binge type of show, because I can't fucking I can't, like, you're just gonna keep week to week on me. No, tell me everything now. I need to know. And
all right, so I'll wait till the binge.
Look, and so then I gotta binge it, because I'm just getting I know I get addicted to the binge. I get addicted.
So I'll wait till the summer and binge it.
Yeah, my mermaids, I can't be binging because I need to see that.
Damn.
But other than that, was there anything else on? I watched the show, so I watched the pilot episode of Barry. I didn't really. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. Like, I got it, I guess. Oh, shit! Does the Andre the Giant thing come on this week?
Get out my picks, yo.
Oh my god, I was thinking about that the other night. I'm like, did I miss it?
When is it coming on? Tuesday, HBO.
Fucking Tuesday. Why not Saturday? They don't show movies no more.
I'll tell you why when we get to our picks.
Oh, they got a show
coming. Wrestling shit on this weekend.
Oh, so that's why they
gotta hurry up and get out of here. I gotta get home and watch the Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. Cause I gotta see this.
Andre the Giant. So my picks this week. It's WrestleMania weekend. In case you don't know, let me let you know. I'm only here because I'm poor. Otherwise, I'd be in New Orleans for WrestleMania weekend. So tonight is the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. That's going on probably right about now. Tomorrow, who's getting inducted in the Hall of Fame? Oh, the only one that you would know is Mark Henry. He's being inducted this year. No? Well, then shit. You don't know nobody, probably.
I know The Rock and Hulk Hogan.
No,
and Andre the Giant. Oh, I know the
Hulk Hogan can't get in because he likes to call people an N-word. So
what they got to do with wrestling?
They not go. Look, he said that he don't owe nobody an apology, not even black wrestlers, for calling. He said something about he would. He told his daughter he would kill her if he ever caught us with a nigga dick. And somebody taped it and released it. And then it was something else when he was
with the porn or whatever, and he sued them.
It was, because
I had saw that case about how he won that.
So the WWE had to put a little distance between them. So he'll be in eventually. The Rock, he's not going in no time soon because they just gonna milk that.
Yeah, they like we still pimping that shit.
Yeah, but so Mark Henry is going in this week. And it's a couple of older wrestlers. Jeff Jarrett. I don't know if you knew
Junkyard Dog.
No. Shut up.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Tomorrow, Saturday, is NXT, which is like the
next,
like WNBA. Not women, not only women, but you know how like you got the NBA, like the main roster. Then you got like the other roster that's kind of like we waiting to get called up. So that's
like the D League.
I guess if it was baseball, like minor leagues.
Well, I was about to say because in basketball they don't. The WNBA
I'm just saying, like it's like right under it. So like you got the
D League,
but WNBA would be
No,
like not the main.
WNBA is the equivalent to NBA. You keep saying that. It's the equivalent. It's just for women. It is. The D League is what you mean.
You like to believe you're equivalent, but you're not equal. But yeah, so I guess
it's the D League where you're not professional,
right?
And all of the teams have one.
Waiting to get you waiting for your spot on the majors.
That's just what it is.
So NXT is that, and Triple H runs it, and you usually get a really great show. So that comes on Saturday. So that's why Andre the Giant is not coming on Saturday, and then Sunday is WrestleMania. It's like a 5-hour show. So it can't come on Sunday.
Who the fuck needs to wrestle for 5 hours or to watch that for 5 whole hours?
You get like pre-show, and then you get like, matches that can't be on the main show, so they're on the pre-show. And then you pretty much just turn it on and do whatever you're going to do until the real show start, which is what I do. So
5 whole hours?
It's about 5 hours.
And you have to pay for this.
Well, if you have the network for $10 a month, call me Vince, $9.99 a month, WWE Network. It's my favorite. It comes with it.
Okay.
So all of the pay-per-views that they do now, they've pretty much like cut ties with cable altogether because they stream all of their pay-per-views.
Oh, that's smart.
So you pay $10 a month. So just think, if you got 10 million customers paying $10 a month, you got guaranteed revenue. It's very limited to how many devices you can have on it, so it ain't a whole lot of sharing.
I don't need you to share yours with me. I'm great on that.
I'm not sharing with
I'm about to say, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to ask.
So when you have the network, you get all the pay-per-views.
Yo, you are so excited about this. I guess this energy, because I'm happy for you, girl. I'm sitting here like, why the fuck I'm happy? Y'all watch this shit?
Yeah, we do.
You are too excited about this.
I was there. I love WrestleMania. I love it.
No, I can't wait for the Andre. That's what I've been waiting for. I want to see that.
Tuesday. They had a premiere party last weekend with like the wrestlers going, like the old school wrestlers and stuff that knew him, that got to watch the premiere.
I want to see that. Okay,
yeah, so that's coming on Tuesday. So, the only other thing I had was this Sunday on BBC, this new show with
yes.
Eve.
What's her name? Was it Yang?
Oh, I thought it was Sandra Oh.
No, on Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, I don't know. I never watched that.
Christina. Yeah, it was Christina Yang.
I never watched Grey's Anatomy.
Really?
Sandra Oh is her real name.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
I never watched one episode.
Oh, that shit was good before to jump the shark. Yeah, I saw that too, and I said.
So she's a security operative who's hunting down an assassin. But
wait,
apparently it's
what's a fucking security operative?
It's some BBC shit. I don't know.
Yeah, serious.
Might be like an MI5. But it looks like she kind of like is obsessed with this girl, like from the.
Hold on, Siri. What is a security operative?
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the security operative.
Oh, a security guard. Thank you, Siri.
Your wish is my command.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a fucking security guard hunting down a killer.
But it's some like novella that was very popular.
And then they made it
into the series. So it premieres on Sunday on BBC America.
But BBC is always makes for always good TV. So yeah, I'm on that one.
So those are my picks this week.
Well,
watching wrestling all weekend.
I see, girl.
What you gonna do?
I watched you might like this one. I watched the wrestling show, a movie on Netflix, Last Match. It was really good with the black girl. And what happens with her? Oh, her father taught her how to wrestle. Her mother throws her out the house because her mother's boyfriend is messing around with her. And she kicks her out the house. So she ends up in foster care. Then her father gets out and she's like, okay, can I move in with you? And he's like, yeah, fuck no. But he likes her friend. He talks about her friend like because he wrestles. So she decides to get on the wrestling team.
First match.
Oh, I said the last one. Shit. It was no. Well, no, she wrestled all the time, but the other one. So the father took her to this underground fight club and was like, oh, you can make a lot of money doing this. Mm-hmm. And I just need $20,000 so I can open up a car wash. And if you fight, then we'll make the money. So she went one time. And of course she doesn't get beat up, but she has bruising and all of this on her face. Then she goes again, and it was supposed to be the big payday. So she leaves her foster parent house to go with the father. And so she brings all her stuff. She like, I can't go back because now I left and with the bruises and everything. And so he like, oh, okay. And the cops run down on the spot and he basically just leaves her there. So she catches up with him later. She's like, well, where's the money from the fight? Like, I'm out here fighting and we ain't getting no money or anything. But it was a really good story. And our guy from, oh my God, Moonlight or Midnight? Moonlight. Was in it. The one that ended up was his like friend.
Oh, that was as a kid. Yeah.
Yes, he was in it. It was a really
and
good
the guy
movie.
from Fear the Walking Dead, Coleman Domingo.
I don't watch Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh, okay. He was in
But it was really, that one was really good. Then I watched Rapture on Netflix, and it was like the documentary.
Rappers,
yeah.
right? Okay.
So T.I. you could skip over. I ain't got time.
Is that a series or is it one show and done?
No, it was like, was it?
It's a few episodes,
10
right?
or 11?
Okay.
It was a few of them.
Okay.
Some of them were really interesting. Some, it was like, what's the name? Nas doesn't seem to be aging that well.
Really? Every time on Instagram I see him, he look like a vampire, like he ain't aging.
Yeah, on that.
Maybe they used the 4K camera.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, why you look so tight? But he had me cracking up when they showed him that apartment. He was like, yeah, you don't got something lower. He was like, this pretty high up. But Logic, I learned a lot about him because I never really knew who the fuck, what was going on with this kid.
Right.
I learned a lot about Rhapsody, the girl.
Yeah. I like her.
They had different people on. The one from with Nas, it wasn't. T.I. is always a waste of time.
I love T.I.
Yeah, but using these big ass words that don't even mean
exist?
Exact. And you like, T.I., shut the fuck up. How about that? And then my last pick, because it will always be my pick, Jesus and Mero. I love this show. Yeah. Now it's like must see TV every night.
Did you see John Cena?
Yes, he was on.
I
I was like,
oh, before we go, I did want to make up another recommendation. I don't know if you've seen the other episodes, but on Netflix, they've been doing this weekly. My Next Guest Needs No Introduction with David
Letterman. Yes.
So the one that uploaded today is Jay-Z. It was really good.
It was.
Yeah, he talked. Well, like he said to David Letterman, he was like, the conversation, you ask questions. If I'm not comfortable with answering, we'll lead away from it. But he talked. I mean, he didn't say like, yeah, when I cheated on the elevator.
I don't got time. I don't got time for Blue's Clues.
No, because David Letterman. If you got to watch the others because it's literally like you're just eavesdropping on him having a conversation with somebody he just met. Like they just go back and forth, and he's like, I was trying to find things that we have in common, and he was like, I used to have a paper route, and Jay-Z was like, oh, I had a paper route too, and so he was like, oh, we're basically twins, and then he was like, well, how did you go from paper route to selling crack? He was like, oh no, that was my paper route. And then David Letterman was like, oh, okay. You could see it was like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah, I ain't got time for this shit.
it was good though. I liked it. And then they had Rick Rubin. He was there, just talking about how him and Jay-Z interacted and things that before.
I ain't got time for the Blue's Clues. Either you tell me what the fuck is up, or don't tell me shit.
But what else we need to know about that? We know he cheated.
I cheat. No. See, I hate when people say we know. He has not said I cheated. He said there were things going on in the marriage that the foundation was broken and this. And I'm like,
well, the only thing he tells you this time.
Did you put grout in it? Like, what the fuck? What is that? I don't understand.
Only thing he says this time was, my wife saw that I was better than my mistakes.
What were the mistakes? Who did you fuck? Did you fuck Blue Contrail?
And he said that it wasn't anything. He said anything I'm rapping about now didn't just happen. This is stuff that we've worked through already in counseling and things like that. That was all he said.
So were you cheating, okay, and so then that caused her to have a miscarriage? That's all you want to hear.
That ain't what you gonna get.
I'm about to say, were you cheating, and that caused her to have? I don't.
That caused lemonade.
No, her them have the miscarriage and this and that. I don't got time for fucking Blue's Clues. He did an interview on but I see why, because they bought that show, what is it called, Rap Radar, over the title. And that interview, I really liked it a lot because he opened up, he talked about different things, he talked about his kids, but then people like, oh my God, Jay-Z admitted to this. I go fucking watch. I'm like, did I miss when he admitted this? Well, he said this and that, and then he looked, and that meant, I got fucking time. What happened on the elevator? Why was Solange kicking your ass? What happened? Not, sisters and brothers fight, and that's still my sister, and sometimes you're wrong.
Well, then, yeah.
But sometimes you're right.
Well, then, never mind. You're not going to get anything you want. Because
No.
he asked him about Kanye, too, and he was like, he was like, are we friends? Are we not friends? That's what David Letterman said. He was like, can we talk about him? And he was like, brothers fight. He's my brother. He's my friend forever. He was like, but something happened. We aren't talking right now.
And yeah,
he said to David Letterman, he was like, you got brothers. Have y'all ever had a blow up? And he was like, I'll let you know when it's over. and David, Jay-Z was like, see, exactly. We're still in the midst of ours. We're still in the midst of our blow up. So I thought it was still, he talked about his mom and finding out, she was a lesbian.
And I said that too. When they said, I'm like, first of all, how he didn't know she was a lesbian. And I knew 16, 17, 18 years ago she was a lesbian.
Well, in the interview, he said they never discussed it. He knew she had a partner. He knew the partner was a woman. But she's never, I guess, if, people talk about, she's never spoken her truth to her son. It was, and he said even now the way he was saying it, she still is apprehensive about it, because she said, when she told him, she said, I feel like I love someone, not I'm in love with someone. I love this person. I feel like I love
these
someone.
Jay-Z stands, y'all be riding hard for him. Because what the fuck are you saying? You knew she was gay, but she said she was gay. What difference it fucking make?
Okay, maybe you should just watch the other ones. The Barack Obama one was really good.
Yeah, I ain't got time for Blue's Clues.
And the Jerry Seinfeld one. So you just watch those.
Cause I watch
Just watch those.
What
Riding
is it?
In the cars,
Getting coffee? Oh my god!
Yeah.
I watch that shit. That shit is
Oh,
hilarious.
you know what else I'm looking forward to? I know we running over. We gonna go. But did you see HBO is doing this Gary Shandling movie? I used to love Gary Shandling. So I think that's gonna be good.
You sure you're not a white woman?
You didn't like the Gary Shandling show?
Hell no, that was the boringest shit. And I used to be so mad because on Sunday nights it would come on after Married with Children and something else, and it was like
one on HBO when he would curse. I felt like
no. I'm talking about the one he had on Fox. Remember he used to have a show?
Yeah, but then they moved it to HBO and they would curse and stuff.
Oh no, I don't remember that one. I remember the other one, and I was like, "Oh my god, why does this boring ass man have a show?" And it was nothing you could do, because it's not like nowadays where you got 50 million channels.
Yeah.
You like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? Oh no.
Yeah, I like Gary Shandling, but all right,
we're gonna get out of here. Episodes available every Tuesday on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, all that good stuff. We on Instagram, Life of a TV Addict. We on Twitter, Life of a TV Addict. I'm at JMO About.
At Notorious FPG.
And we'll see you next week.
#StayAddicted.
Howdy.